We'll transition over to the YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing this for the audio podcast as well. If you can't bear to look at my face, obviously Carl Wilkins is beautiful, but me, not so much. A little bit rough around the edges. Some might say he's got a face like a scaffolding, but we're going to predict AEW All Out. And I know that Carl Wilkinson is a huge AEW fan. Cannot wait.
Oh my, gee whiz.
So, obviously, on the back of the huge news that Billy Gunn is now a heel in AEW, who would have thought it at the prime age of 69? No, I'm kidding. I think he's
nice.
He's getting close, though, isn't he? He's pretty.
He ain't
old.
young. Yeah, he ain't a spring chicken no more.
I do like his sons, though. I actually think they've got massive potential, and I think they're. Do you know what? One of them, I think, is like 25-1, which is really funny. Where's his title shot? Yeah, AEW All Out is this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, Carl Wilkinson, are you ready to predict who you think is going to win all of these matches?
These encounters. Yeah, let's do it.
Right, let's start with what will no doubt be the main event of the evening. Paul White versus QT Marshall.
I mean, there's no way. This is a big show for Paul White. I hate myself. But, I mean, it's not like he'll lose. He's just going to punch QT Marshall in the face and then punch the rest of the whatever his group is called because he's a big man with a big hand. That's about it.
Yeah, so the obviously the heel turn necessitated the Gunn family turned on Big Show when they had his back on Dynamite and attacked his leg. So I assume the idea is going to be that Big Show is going to be struggling to move because they've been bigging up the fact that he's got a bad hip and he still hasn't recovered from the surgery and stuff. All bullshit storylines, but I could not care fucking less. QT Marshall looks like an onion with a haircut. Paul White. Obviously. If you really wanted to do something cool, you'd have QT Marshall win just for heat, but whatever. Jon Moxley versus NJPW legend. I'm sorry, Tanvir. I know you love him. I don't think this is a big deal. And by the way, Impact did it first. Satoshi Kojima.
I mean,
the man of bread.
I don't see Moxley losing because he is just one of their biggest stars, and New Japan led the guy over to get exposure. Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah,
was one of their biggest stars.
Until the Elite took over.
I will say one thing: him coming out of Wild thing is really cool. I really like that.
That's fair. I mean, I'll go with Moxley on this one. Just there's no way I feel like Tony Khan won't let his talent win. Like, no, these are my toys. My toys got to be better than other toys.
Yeah, and some guy in New Japan is unsheathing a katana very close to chopping his stupid little childish head off. I'm sure this match will be okay. Satoshi Kojima is no question a legend in Japanese wrestling to a certain extent, but he has no cachet in American wrestling in North America. He doesn't. And people are not going to buy this pay-per-view to see how Satoshi Kojima does against Jon Moxley. They're not. Jon Moxley wins. I could go on forever about how most of these matches aren't a draw and two of them are massive. The buy-in, which will be on the kickoff show. Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, Orange Cassidy, Jurassic Express versus Matt Hardy, the Hybrid 2 and Private Party in a big 5-on-5 tag schmoz shit thing that should be on fucking Rampage.
Who cares?
I don't fucking care at all. I really like Wheeler Yuta, big fan of his. I think Chuck Taylor is fucking awful. There, I've said it. I'm trying to be nice, and especially being a guy who works in professional wrestling, I feel like I should show some level of professionalism. But ultimately, I have to be honest. I think Chuck Taylor stinks. And if Eddie Kenway, who is one of the biggest professionals I know, is allowed to shit all over Angelo Dawkins, then I'm allowed to shit all over Chuck Taylor. You suck. You fucking suck so hard, Chuck Taylor. You are an absolute baboon's anus. You are rubbish. And the fact that the highlight of your run in AEW was you dressing as a retard butler speaks volumes about the booking that Tony Khan provides this company. I assume that the team with Jurassic Express will win. By the way, Matt Hardy's faction sucks dick. Hey, remember Private Party? Remember 2 years ago when they beat the Young Bucks and everyone said they were going to be the next big thing in tag team wrestling and they never did anything from that point onwards? Remember that?
Pepper Spawn remembers.
Fucking Pepperidge family. Fucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit. The AEW Women's World Championship match. Britt Baker defends against, it has to be said, a very sexy looking Chris Statlander. How you doing? she's looking peng lately. No offense to her partner, who was very handsome.
A dentist and an alien. This is WWF in 1995.
Is it? Am I watching Kaiju Big Battle or something?
I mean, Britt Baker obviously retains because she's probably some of the best stuff going on Dynamite right now.
Got Jamie Hayter in her corner, who is so good. Jamie Hayter comes in and is automatically the best women's worker in the company, and so fine. Sorry. She ripped my fucking head off. I went to the same training schools as Jamie Hayter, which is kind of cool. Yeah, although don't expect to see me in AEW anytime soon. Jamie Hayter is amazing. She is that person who's just putting so much work. I love how I'm talking about someone other than the two women in the match. Britt Baker retains, obviously. There's nothing to that. I don't think it makes any sense. They have no idea how to book her as a heel. Have you noticed this? Every time she comes out, everyone's losing their shit over how great she is. That's what happens when someone is so fucking better, so much better, gimmick-wise, than everybody else on your roster. They've got no choice but to cheer her because everybody else sucks as a gimmick. I love Chris Statlander, the alien thing. It's cute. I'd love her to boot me. Absolutely. I didn't mean that in a sexual way, but I think she's adorable in so many ways. She's beautiful, but the gimmick is so low rent for me. And I don't think it helps that she's associated with those absolute moronic Egypts that are the best friends. Garbage. Trent's amazing. Chuck Taylor, garbage. Sticking with women's wrestling, because there isn't that much of it on here other than these two matches, the Women's Casino Battle Royale, which I hope is going to be on the main show. They are hinting towards it. Nyla Rose, Julia Hart, Big Swole, The Bunny, Thunder Rosa, Red Velvet, Tayanada Conti, Penelope Ford, Schwing, Diamante, Hikaru Shida, Schwing for you, Emi Sakura, Jade Cargill, sorry, I got well bad for Jade Cargill, Kiera Hogan, Abaddon, Kylan King, Layla Hirsch, and more to be announced. Fucking hell. That's going to be stacked. By the way, if I don't see Ruby Riott in this thing, I'm going to kick off. Because she is apparently a free agent. Make it happen, please. Make it happen nice and quick. Yeah, who wins this and gets a future title shot against, we assume, Britt Baker?
I mean, I'd love to pick Hikaru Shida, but she's been champion already. I don't think we need to see that match again. Ooh. I mean, I'd like to see Penelope Ford do a little more. That would be nice.
I keep saying that Penelope Ford is a star in the making, and everyone keeps turning their nose up at me. I think she's fucking fantastic, Penelope Ford. Not just because she's hot as fuck. I mean, she's just great. Everything she does is really good. She's a good worker as well. She's really physical. She's got a great look, great facial expressions, really good seller. Thunder Rosa seems like probably one of the favorites to come out of this. I would say Red Velvet, but she's already gone after her as well, hasn't she? She's just had a little program with Britt Baker. Red Velvet was so good at NWA Empower event, which is why I suggested her. She had such a fantastic breakout moment in that show, which was absolutely amazing. Taynara Conti's being pushed quite a bit. Jade Cargill is the one I'd probably like to see win most. She is prepped and primed and ready to be a megastar. Nobody looks better than her. She's so fucking epic to look at. She genuinely looks. You use this term all the time for jacked people. Oh, they look like they carved out of granite, carved out of stone. She does. She looks like a statue of a superhero. She is stunning. Absolutely stunning. She can talk as well. She is that bitch. Yeah, but legitimately, I'm going to stick my neck out and say that Ruby Riott debuts and wins this match. Because she's looking amazing right now. She's been cutting some great promos, and apparently, by the way, on Dynamite, Britt Baker suggested that they're somebody that she knows would be making their debut very soon in AEW. Could it be Adam Cole? Possibly. I think Adam Cole is on his way to AEW. That's my personal opinion. But one thing I will say is I think it's a bit of a swerve and we're going to get Ruby Riott. That's my prediction. Who have you got?
I know I was talking to Patel before, but I think Tainara Conti might have it. She, like you said, they've been pushing her a whole lot. Like, she's over as hell. Everyone
Anna
loves
Jay's
her.
back as well.
I did see that.
Fuck off, Jungle Boy. Yeah, fucking bastard. Fair play. Fair fucking play, lads. Title matches all the way. Except for one match, which I do not care about. Miro will defend the AEW TNT Championship against Eddie Kingston. Oh, meaty. Kill each other. This is going to be, I reckon this will steal the show. I reckon this could be fucking amazing. Eddie Kingston is my G, and Miro is a fucking G.
Yeah, now that he's actually able to do good things and not be the best man gimmick, which was shit. No offense to the guy.
God's favorite champion, Miro.
I'm, as much as I love Eddie Kingston, I'm going to go with Miro still on this one. I think he is on a tear. I mean, Kingston's going to put up a hell of a fight because, of course, he is. But now Miro will get him with, I don't know what he calls the accolade now. Does he even still use that? I don't remember the last time I watched Dynamite.
I think he does, yeah. I don't like Miro is a tale of two stories here. One is incredible in the way he's presented, but his opponents have been the drizzling shits lately.
Yeah.
Fuego del Midget. Who the fuck's that guy? Like, I don't care. Some random.
Everyone loves him for some reason.
Yeah, everyone loses their tits over him. Like, there are a million luchadors in AAA who are better than that guy. Sorry, just saying. Don't get me wrong. He's a good worker, but there's nothing special about him whatsoever. And he's a crap promo as well, as far as I'm concerned. His opponents would be shit. Big shoddy Lee Johnson. Can we stop pushing that guy, please? Just randomly. Mate, give people a reason to support him. Like, have you seen this Daniel Garcia? They are fucking shoving him in there like crazy. He is literally on everything. He's jumping CM Punk. He's getting up. He's squaring up to Sting and Darby Allin. And you're like, who? Who are you? Some pasty ass motherfucker from the Indies. That's who you are. Oh, yeah, we do have Pac, but we'll push this guy. Ugh. Fuck me, your booking sucks dick sometimes. That's what pisses me off about AEW. How can you have Pac? How can you have a guy of that quality? And yet, we're going to push Daniel Garcia every week, but Pac is nowhere to be seen. Just release him then, if you're not going to use him. Instead of... Funny, isn't it? WWE hoards all the talent. What the fuck is AEW doing right now then? Fucking absolute hypocrites. Miro retains. But this will be easily one of the best matches, and Eddie Kingston will help legitimize his run as champion because Eddie Kingston is fucking sick. Oh, yeah. Chris Jericho's career is on the line as he faces MJF. If he loses, he will no longer wrestle again. He claims he will never wrestle again. Chris Jericho versus MJF the fourth time around, because apparently the 5 labors of Jericho, which he lost 2-3 weeks ago, is not enough. So we have to go to... Could you not have just put the fucking last 5... Put that on All Out? You can't book for shit, Tony Khan. You suck. Fuck off. This pisses me off because I'm sure this match will be fine, but I do not give a shit. I've seen it so many times, and it just makes Jericho look like a desperate old man. MJF, I'm supposed to hate him, but I agree with everything he says. Chris Jericho is a pathetic, desperate old man who just can't let it go. That's exactly what he is. And you can just tell that he's like, I've got to have another match with MJF. I've got to get over. Chris Jericho's ego is out of control. You can tell it's out of control, and he's got to be booked in everything. I have zero interest in this match. I hope MJF taps him out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I would love to see that, but do you think they'll really let Jericho just go to commentary on Rampage?
Possibly. Yeah, baby! That's how he commentates.
He's still such a big name, whether or not his GOAT status is being disputed by all the bullshit that spews out of his mouth on a daily basis. But he's still a big name, and he can still draw people to the product. I don't think he'll stop wrestling yet, because like you said, his fucking ego is out of control. So I'm gonna go with Jericho winning, as much as I might hate it.
Yeah, I just don't fucking care. I think it's been booked so badly, so badly. This all started with War Games and then went backwards. But who starts with War Games? Oh, AEW does, because Tony Khan thinks he's cool, he thinks he's edgy. I just don't give a flying fig. I really don't. Jericho wins because, yeah, I don't believe that he can get out of his own fucking way. If he really wanted to put MJF over, he'd lose again. MJF would come over. By the way, MJF still yet to be pinned or submitted, other than John Moxley, I believe. I think John Moxley's the only person to pin him, and that was for the title, and that was through shenanigans. So MJF is one of the legitimately well-protected guys in their business. So yeah, it is what it is. This should be the main event, but it's probably not going to be. The steel cage match for the tag team championships. The Young Bucks defend against my boys, the Lucha Bros.
Oh, God, I want the Lucha Brothers to win so bad.
By the way, LAX, Proud and Powerful, did beat FTR and Dynamite last night when we're recording this, which means that they're most likely in contention to be number one contenders at some point. You're going to give me what I want, Tony Khan, or I'm going to come around your house and I'm going to beat the shit out of your dog wanking, allegedly fat ass. Lucha Brothers. I'm picking the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, 100%. I don't even care if I'm wrong, because this is just what I want. Because the Young Bucks are awful.
You're a fucking... Yeah, they are awful. Do you know what?
They're awful.
They are so bad. Do you know what, right? Their wrestling isn't horrible, but it's the same shit every match, okay? You know, and it's so over the top and like, they do that, hello, my honey, hello, my baby, dancing around like shit. And I think, fuck you. If you're in the ring with me, I'll just forearm your head in. I would. Like, it just looks so fake at times and it annoys me. And don't get me wrong, the Lucha Bros do some stuff and you think, you don't need to do all that crazy high-flying stuff, but they're so... Ray Phoenix, for instance, he's so suicidally crazy that you have to watch in amazement. And by the way, Penta is so legit. Everything he does looks very legit, very stiff, very strong style. So there's that really good balance there. And also, you know, they come from an entirely different culture of wrestling, from AAA in Mexico, where Lucha Libre is a much more entertainment-oriented and much more colorful style of wrestling. And they've managed to hybrid that with American style and Japanese style really fucking well. They appeal to a much bigger market than the Young Bucks do. By the way, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, for my money, aren't really drawing that well. They just aren't. They haven't moved the needle because the ratings have gone... They haven't moved the needle at all. CM Punk has moved the needle, whether you like that or not. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if the Young Bucks win, pointless. At this point, you've got to say the Young Bucks have put themselves over as tag team champions. By the way, thanks to them, FTR are now complete afterthoughts. Congratulations, boys. You fucking completely rinsed that, didn't you? What a fucking ridiculous thing to have to say all this time on. The FTR are a pair of nobodies because the Young Bucks brought them in, the hottest rivalry of all time, and then binned them off after a few weeks to win the tag titles and did nothing with them since then. They have done nothing since. Fuck you.
Mind-boggling.
The FTR are the best tag team in the world. They are by far and away the best. And bearing in mind, my favorite tag team is the Usos. And then after that, it's the Lucha Brothers and LAX. They have completely ruined FTR. They are responsible for that. And the fact that nobody wants to fucking say that is pathetic. And that just shows you why AEW fans, not all of them, but a lot of them, piss me off. Because you're happy to fucking stick your heads in the sand with your assholes up in the air exposed because you're so scared to acknowledge that it's the Young Bucks who have ruined FTR. The reason FTR don't do jack shit and barely wrestle is because the Young Bucks have buried all of their luster. They are responsible for that, and it's going to take a long time to get FTR back up where they deserve. And it's got nothing to do with them losing to LAX, because that's fucking sick. Who doesn't want to watch that match? The fact that we had FTR versus Proud and Powerful on Dynamite last night, and neither team will probably be anywhere near the fucking all-out pay-per-view is actually mind-blowing. How can you not put that at least on the buy-in instead of watching the afterbirth that will be that 5-on-5 tag match? It is not hard to book that. I could book circles around Tony Khan. I really believe that because I actually recognize how good some of these wrestlers are. Pac, nowhere to be seen. FTR, nowhere to be seen. Proud and Powerful, nowhere to be seen. I'm sure that some of these guys might appear in the, fucking awful a battle royal or something that they might throw in. But from what I can tell, they haven't got it on the list of matches that I've got in front of me. So right now, there's no Pac, there's no FTR, there's no Proud and Powerful, there's no Sean Spears, there's no Jake Hager, there's no Sammy Guevara. These are all stars. These are all people who move the needle somewhat. But no, we've got to have the elite fuckfest all over the place. It's awful. It doesn't work. It really doesn't. Sticking with the elite, Kenny Omega defends the AEW World Championship against Christian Cage. I have it on good authority. This was meant to be Hangman Page, but Hangman Page has become a father, or is due to become a father. Congratulations, nonetheless, sir. I think he has become a father now, so congratulations. Don't know that for sure. I don't follow people's social media. I don't really care, to be honest. It's his fucking business, not mine. But yeah, nonetheless, as much as we love him, it is unfortunately Christian Cage facing Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship.
Almost like we saw this match about 2.5 weeks ago.
We did, and he lost. All that, I don't like Kenny Omega, right? All that luster, all that work that was built into him never losing. I think he lost one match to Pac, actually, who is nowhere to be seen. Again, even though he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Unreal. Yeah, all this fucking luster and all this, and then you just throw it away on a Rampage. Okay, that's great. And I'm really chuffed that Christian won that title, and I'm sure he will transition it over to somebody who is going to deserve it even more. Better be Josh Alexander, or I'm going to kick off. But come on, man. Come on. I don't believe Kenny Omega is going to lose here. I don't believe they're going to make Christian Cage the new multiple champion. By the way, Tony Khan apparently pulled strings to ensure that Kenny Omega would not drop the AAA Mega Campione Championship, or Mega Campione, I think it's just called that. He pulled strings to make sure he wouldn't drop that at the last Triple Mania event?
Yes.
Yeah. Against Andrade. Yeah, he pulled strings to make sure he wouldn't lose it.
Yeah, I heard that. I think it's because they're like, oh, our champion just lost this title. We can't have him lose another one so quickly. Then why'd you give him all of them, you fucking twat?
I'm sorry, but he's not good enough to collect belts. He's just not.
No Ultimate Dragon. Give you that.
And also, he wrestles in Mexico once every 6 months. Pointless. When Brock Lesnar does it, what a scumbag, what a mercenary. And Kenny Omega does it. Oh, Kenny Omega's the best wrestler in the world. Is he? Fuck. He's not even close. You need to grow up a little bit. But Kenny Omega retains. I don't see Christian Cage winning the AEW World Championship. If he does, I'll pop my tits off, but he's not going to. He's no chance. I said this about the Impact Championship. I didn't buy into that, and he did. But this is an entirely different story. We're talking about the most protected belt in wrestling, apparently.
So, is it?
Yeah, definitely so well protected. It's actually the NXT UK Championship. Suck my balls. It's not even close. Yeah, no. That leaves what arguably could be the main event, but probably won't be either. CM Punk makes his return after 7 years out of a wrestling ring to face Darby Allin. Geez, I wonder.
I feel like I should care about this.
Yes, you should. Stop being such a hater.
But I don't. Like, is it cool to see Punk wrestle again? Absolutely it is. Like, whether I like him or not, he was an incredible asset to WWE for his entire time there. He was over as Rover. He was beloved by everyone.
Because he was the only one who could cut a promo during that time, but that's neither here nor there.
That GTS on The Rock at Raw 1000 was huge. That heel turn was awesome. His stuff he did with The Undertaker, maybe a little distasteful, but good nonetheless.
To be fair, it was cleared off. It was signed off by The Undertaker, so, And also, to be fair to him, I do believe that he did approach Paul Bearer's family and actually asked them if it was okay, and they said fine. So, which I think is a real class act. And it has to be said, his match with Brock Lesnar from SummerSlam was fantastic.
Oh, the best versus the beast.
Yeah, that was sick, that match. Like, he got one of the best matches out of Brock Lesnar I've ever seen. Phenomenal. I think he's a great asset to AEW, but the booking would suggest to me that give it a year or so and he'll be in a rivalry with Marco Stunt. I don't trust them to do well. To be honest, they're going to have to use him properly because I bet they have paid him an astronomical amount of money, which would make your eyes and your asshole water in equal measure. I reckon he's been paid obscene money because there's no way you would have coaxed him out otherwise, because he lives a very good and very comfortable lifestyle and he's starting to break into films and comic books and stuff like that. So you would have had to do something pretty special to lure him away from that lifestyle, and especially lure him away from his beautiful wife, who, by the way, you can all shut up, is not going to wrestle again because her neck is fucked. And she does not want to jeopardize her neck. So all these fucking fat, sweaty marks who love AEW, who are being unnecessarily disrespectful and unprofessional by demanding AJ Lee return on their social media all the time. He came out on a press conference recently and said, can we nip this in the bud? My wife has a bad neck and has no interest in returning to wrestling. So shut up and respect the fact that she wants to stay at home and be a world-class, successful novelist, which she does very fucking well at, might I add. Very intelligent, very respectful, very awesome human being is AJ Mendez, and she deserves the respect that comes with that. Instead of you all bleating on, oh yeah, but I want to see her. Good for you. Nobody gives a fuck what you want. Real human beings want her to be healthy and happy. So shut the fuck up and respect her wishes, you fucking cretins. Cretins these people are. Honestly, one of the worst fan bases in wrestling. And WWE fans can be just as fucking awful.
Wrestling fans in general are just shit people for the most
part.
Yeah,
we're all shit. But, you know, at least I try and add some realism to it. So
I don't try and hide the fact that I'm a terrible person.
Shout out to the people on Twitter, by the way, sending me hate mail this week saying that our YouTube is shit and I need to do better at YouTube.
Okay. Then don't watch and fuck off.
Exactly. Don't watch, continue to eat Cheetos and make your penis look orange in your mum's basement and crack on, mate. I'm sure there are plenty of things that you can masturbate to on the dark web.
Punk wins, right? Like that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he better do. You imagine if Darby Allin wins. There goes your stock. Oh, there goes the complete luster of it. CM Punk shouldn't be losing for at least a year minimum. And if he does, it should be to someone massive that you believe is going to be the biggest thing in the company. Probably be Cody, won't it? Oh my God. When Sting said on Dynamite, I've always wanted to share a ring with you, I was like, no, don't even think about putting Sting versus CM. It will sell money, but it will be awful. I can guarantee you it will be a bad match and people will mock it.
Sting couldn't take a GTS. Are you kidding me? Put him in an anaconda vice, his fucking brittle bones will snap.
You not see Dynamite a couple of weeks ago? He went for a table and no sold it. Probably because he can't sell it, because if he stayed down too long, we wouldn't be able to get up again.
I didn't see that because I don't watch Dynamite, because a lot of the times it is 90% shit. And I have better things to do on a Wednesday night.
This week's Dynamite, I thought, was quite good. It has to be said. I don't know why we're even bothering with this, because most AEW fans right now probably turned off in rage or are leaving comments underneath go, you're just a fucking hater. I'm not actually. I really love some of the stuff. By the way, I will fucking have my eyes glued to the screen for Miro versus Eddie Kingston. Yes, please. Oh, yes, please. I will watch CM Punk. I watched the shit out of that match. Who doesn't want to see CM Punk's return? And of course, I'll be rooting for Christian Gatton. Whether I like the young fucks or not, that steel cage match will be an absolute fucking barn burner, because the Lucha Brothers will do ridiculous things in that cage.
Package pile driver to Matt off the top of the cage. Can you imagine?
Fucking saucy bastard.
The Penta driver right from the top of the cage.
Yeah. It's so sexy. So sexy. I think it'll be a great pay-per-view. I do. I really think it'll be worth watching. Would I pay for it? It's a lot of money and I'm very poor and I've just invested in wrestling gear and stuff. So plus I bought my first ever pair of Air Jordans in my entire life because I wanted to treat myself to something nice because it's been a tough time. So can I justify paying 20-25 quid for a pay-per-view? Maybe not. But for those who are, it's on Fight TV and I hope you have a great time and enjoy yourselves because more wrestling is good. I do want it to be a great pay-per-view. I want it to succeed, but I also want to see that the stars they have get fucking used because those people are stars. It's all very, I don't mind certain people being brought up and, you know, what happened to Scorpio Sky? We thought he was going to be a big deal on it. Ethan Page. You know, like those guys could be pushed and made into megastars. I don't care about Daniel Garcia. I don't care about Big Shotty Lee Johnson because you haven't given me a reason to care about them yet. You can't just force to. Why are Everrise all of a sudden the biggest heel tag team in all of the company when they couldn't even get over in NXT? It's fine giving them a push, but make it mean something. Don't just chuck them in there. This is what he's doing. Right, you're now all of a sudden a big deal. Get out there. No storyline, no build, no growth. Nah, you're wrestling Sting. What? Like, you know, fans will not get that as much, and because it's a slow burn is important, and because this is just a fucking ham-fisted approach, it actually for me damages their potential to be stars later down the line, because if they don't show up enough early doors, then all of a sudden people are like, oh, okay, well, I didn't care when they first started and I don't care now. Give them time to grow, let them build. All the best stars had time to grow and build. All the greatest ones. You know, they didn't. Stone Cold, for instance, when he came in, it just got straight in the main event. He had to work towards it. And I think working towards it makes them more hungry and makes them more legit when they finally do make it. That's just my 2 cents. But AEW All Out is this Sunday, and it will, no question, blow the doors off, if nothing else, for CM Punk debuting. But I have to say, I think that overall, this is a very average card. I do. There's a lot of matches here that I think are a little bit weak. And I think it's very disappointing that you threw away 2 great, potentially good pay-per-view matches this week on Dynamite in Will Hobbs versus Brian Cage, Meaty Hossler, and, you know, FTR versus LAX. So, you know, but yeah, should be a good one. Are you watching, Carl Wilkinson? Are you watching this Sunday?
I mean, I doubt it. And honestly, I'm not paying for it.
Hater, such a hater. Or just fucking stream it illegally.
What? I've never done that. How dare you, sir?
I have never streamed anything illegally in all my life. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave you to it. Well, if you're on the YouTube channel, thank you very much for watching. That's our AEW predictions. Let us know in the comments below what you think of AEW All Out. Do you agree with anything we've said? Do you disagree? That's good too. It's healthy to disagree. Just don't be a fucking asshole and tell me that you hope I die in my inbox, because that's not going to fucking achieve anything. And also, I'm just going to message you back and going to say, yeah, well, fuck you, buddy. And, you know, see how it goes. Yeah, well, you're a dickhead. Yeah, well, you're gay. Like, that's what it kind of devolves into, and I'm not interested in that. Enjoy All Out if you do watch it. Have a great time. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the predictions. And yeah, as far as the YouTube channel is concerned, we'll catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Plug.